Prophet Marshall Occurrence. So, new beginning. The offering has been sold. The $1 million to South America. Yeah, cut my hair, shave good, because I wanted a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what my enemies can't do. They never made, and I'm just say this, and I say this humbly, they never made a transaction that equaled out to $1 million, no matter what you was doing and how it happened. You never had any transaction worth $1 million. So, it's actually 1,101,262.83. That's how much it is. Yeah. 100,101,262.82. It's a lot of money. It's gonna be going down to God's kingdom. So that just took off. The first transaction was $73,000. My family sent me some money, and I sent that straight to Colombia, and that came out to be $73,000. $73,062.83. $73,062.83. And that was money from my family. So that money already hit, because that was sent through my card. So that's $73,000 already down there. The other money gonna be down there later on this month. But meanwhile, I got that harvest lined up for that $73,000. So I can wait. I can wait a couple more weeks or whatever. Because I already got that $73,000. It's no lie. That's how much it is. $73,000. You know what I'm saying? $73,000, man. And so it's gonna be a great harvest. I'm looking forward to it. God is good. Bills paid. Got the little food in. Everything's going good. Enemies got to be defeated. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of it. That's part of the situation. That's how it is. I'm not stressing over it anymore. God put me in situations that makes me buy my enemies. Like a purchase, I buy my enemies. Once I sent this $1 million cash, it turns into $1 million down there, but I send USD cash. It's not food stamps, it's cash. So cash is cash, right? Okay, so see, the beautiful thing is God has given me a spiritual invention that enemies can't criticize. Ain't nobody gonna listen to that. If God put you in a situation where you understood the value exchange of money, to where the value exchange became $1 million in another country, and you found that niche to do, God gave you the niche to do that, to where now I can send X amount of money down there, and it's gonna be $1 million helping God's people in another country. Listen, that's wins. That's wins. Ain't no criticism can stop it. Cause see, I don't only get money from one source. I get money from different sources. So you can't say all my money comes from a certain source. My money comes from different sources, and it's going down there. Like, for example, my family sent me money. That's $73,000. Okay, that's not EBT. That's $73,000. They ain't got nothing to do with EBT. Because the enemy tries to find ways, to criticize it. And the bottom line, we don't care. Because God, see, when God knows America is your enemy, He's going to let me attack in ways that is unorthodox. Let me say that again. When God knows America is the enemy, He's going to allow it to be legal for me to attack in unorthodox ways. Here's why. Because they've attacked you in unorthodox ways. They've attacked me in unorthodox ways, right? Okay, so God is going to this is just the enemy. And we can take spoils of war. We can take different war. I'm going to use everything. And we going to turn it into millions. And ain't nobody, listen, only a retarded person is going to be sitting back talking about, but where did it come from? Where did you get the money? It turned to $1 million. That's my answer. It turned to $1 million. Well, where did you get the money? It turned to $1 million. We turning money into millions of dollars. That's my first. I actually think this is my second $1 million that from my hands, I've made transactions that led up to $1 million right before this last transaction. This was one transaction that I wanted to make sure I had to save money to make this happen. I had to save money. You know what I'm saying? And they tried to switch the dates on the money that was coming in and everything. They tried to switch the dates to throw it off so it wouldn't get there in time, or it would take longer. They thought they would have X amount of time, but I already sent the offering to South America. That's there. It's already there. I checked my Cash App. It's already there. It's already on the card they use it. And see, the value exchange is going to be applied no matter what kind of card it's on, because as long as you use a card down there, it's going to change. It's going, the USD with the Colombian pesos is going to be a value exchange automatically, right? It's going to be value exchange automatically. So that's $73,000 value that I've sent down there, which they can use it in the 73,000 it's worth $73,000 down there, no matter what the card is. No matter what the card is, long as my side is USD, whatever's going on down there is going to be worth $73,000. So that's already down there. So that's going to give me a harvest while I wait for the $1 million to get down there. Follow me? I made two transactions. One for $73,000, one for $1,028,200. It all came out to be, between the two transactions, $1,101,262.83. So the first transaction was January 13th when I was supposed to get my money. That was $73,000 down there. Okay, see, this is the end days spiritual warfare, where the seed is no longer, we ain't on that 2004 sowing the seed situation. What we doing now is we sowing seeds in different countries, and the value exchange is going to be more in the other country. The USD, in other words, is more in other countries. So when you send X amount of money, it's going to be more in other countries. And see, like I said, I'm not just sending it for people who think I'm just sending EBT cash. Listen, I got people that love me, buddy. I got people that love me. I sent $73,000 down there that didn't have nothing to do with no EBT. See, that's what I'm trying to show them. I mean, because suckers will sit back and think I'm just working with EBT. I got family that love me, buddy. It's gonna be more in the way. It's more in the way. It's more in the way. Everything I'm gonna be doing is gonna be spiritual warfare from this point. See, for me, man, I'm just making the ultimate sacrifices to get this done. Like, for example, and I'm not bragging, but I had to lower my bill to where as far as my phone bill, in order to get this $1 million down there, because I didn't realize that the money that was left over for my phone bill wouldn't make it $1 million. So I had to reduce my phone plan down for this month to where I have lower internet speed and lower I probably won't be doing a lot of videos. I may do videos. I don't know if they will even upload, but this is like the first one since I paid my bill. But I lowered my plans just so I can get that $1 million out there. So, you know, man, we making the sacrifices, man. We not worried about the past, all this stuff, because all they gonna talk about is the past, and they couldn't prove nothing. That's what I'm talking about. So they just hoping that you tell on yourself. That's all they can be hoping. I mean, in essence, they trying us with all these games in public, like we stupid, using people at the cash registers, in the lines. See, they love to attack at the lines. They love to attack and use customers, but they're really gang stalkers. And they put them at the line and they try to play games. And the merchant is helping them. The merchant is helping them. But it don't matter, because we've already, personally, I've explained this 1,000,000 times. I can go through any issue you want to talk about. What you want to talk about? Me with children. You ain't never seen me with a child over 18 and I was 18 years old. You ain't never seen me with a child and I was over 18. Okay, so that covers that. Okay, animals. Have you seen me with an animal as a grown man over 18? You haven't, have you? Okay, that's really all I gotta say. Because anything that we did as children, it's not going to have the same consequences as an adult, no matter what. But you're trying to apply adult consequences to children actions that you heard. And that even if you was right, it still ain't going to be adult consequences. Boy, that's it. That's 7 hours. It ain't going to be adult consequences. So it don't matter what happens. If you talk about something, see, this is what the wise judge is gonna say. If you talking about something they did as a child, that's why they got to try to find out something today. That's why they can't stand it, because they ain't got nothing on you today. That's what I'm trying to show you. Because when they go back to yesterday, nobody's going to apply adult consequences to what you did as a child. So then it's going to be consequences for a child they trying to apply to you as an adult for what you did as a child. And you ain't going to find nothing credible on us today, because I already know what you're doing. So so think about it. As smart as I am, why would you should be smart enough to know, why would he intentionally make a mistake? So it is nothing there credible more than a mind game that doesn't prove this person has desire for children. It's not going to prove anything. I'm not going to make that mistake, knowing that that's what you're doing. Key information. I know that's what you're doing. So imagine me succumbing to what I know you're doing in all actuality. You can't get me angry enough. See, some people like that. They'll just get angry enough to just give in. Listen, buddy. Listen. That ain't gonna happen. I give in to you being defeated. I give in to that. I give in to America being defeated. I give in to that. But I've learned to, this is how you know I'm a sensei. I've learned to channel my anger towards your destruction. Not pulling my own credibility and character down. See, that's how good God is. Because some people would do that. Some people would say, well, they accusing me of this, they accusing me of that. They'll get so angry, they'll just give in many ways to whatever they're talking about. For me, listen, buddy, I've explained this 1,000,000 times. And what you need to hear today is, even if you was right, adult consequences is not going to be applied by God. Adult consequences is not going to be applied by wise government and people. So it's still going to be child consequences. You stupid, man. I tried to tell you stupid. You should have been, listen, you doing all the thinking and talking. You should have been, I done been asleep. I be over here doing other stuff. I be talking about Christianity. You had a lot of time to think about this. We know you're a loser, so you had a lot of time to think about it. So, I mean, with you being a loser, which means you had a lot of time on your hand, all the L's you're holding, you have a lot of time on your hand, right? And then it's about this situation. You hold the L's because of this situation. Wouldn't you think a little deeper about this situation? You should have thought a little deeper about this situation and say adult consequences ain't even gonna be applied because it happened as a child. Whatever they talk about. Boom. So what is it gonna really be? What is it gonna really be when it's child consequences? That's 7 hours. Oh. Child consequences ain't gonna break me. And that's wisdom. Because I know for sure you ain't never seen me with no child as a grown man. I know that for sure. I know that for sure, buddy. And that's facts. Now, you on the other hand, you have been grown men and women marrying children. You have been grown men and women having sex with animals in 4 states of America. So one case would be me, right? You got one state, that would be you. So who you think win? One case or one state full of people doing the same thing they're accusing us of? A whole state doing the same thing. Oh, right now, West Virginia allows sex with animals. In West Virginia. In West Virginia. West Virginia. West Virginia. That's the bald head shake. West Virginia. West Virginia. West Virginia allows sex with animals, don't they? So if we based it on American character, you got one. If we based it on collective American character versus mine, you got a whole state that does this versus one man in a whole state of people. You know how many people is in West Virginia? Thousands, hundreds of thousands. They have the right to have sex with animals. One man, what you talking about, you couldn't prove nothing. This is self-explanatory. They have a law in West Virginia for you to have sex with animals in West Virginia. You know how many people in West Virginia? So who you say win? America with one full state having sex with animals? Or what they talking about with me and I'm one person? That's 7 hours. I'm one person, right? One person versus one state. You have a whole state having sex with animals. What else you want to talk about? Want to talk about anything else? Do you want to talk about anything? I didn't think so. I didn't think so, sucker. You a clown. You're pathetic. Old women, listen. Old women. Who? Oh, the old woman, the last woman I was with that was that I met 15 years ago, which means she was 15 years younger than she is right now. Idiot gonna say, well, she looks too old for him. Well, did you see her 15 years ago? It was a lot of difference in her. Hair was longer, everything more vibrant. Oh, after being gang stalked by you, that's why she might look a little beat up. The last woman I was with, she told me she's being gang stalked too. Oh, so if you're already up in age, don't you think that's gonna make a person look worn down, an older person look? Yes, they would. So it's because of you she look old. Oh boy, I told you I'm a master, man. Look, it took a toll. Listen, after your 60s, gang stalking won't take a toll on a person. She looks old because of you, sucker. She look old because of you. Now, everything is in proper perspective. Everything now. You ready? You ready for war? I hope you are. Cause I'm good. You good today? You're not good today. You're not good today. You're not good today. I am. Listen, less than 20 minutes, I already done cleared up everything you just did. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. And that's off the top of my head. See, when it's the truth, when you're the truth and you reside in the truth, right? When you reside in the truth, you don't have to make up these elaborate stories. All you got to do is speak from the heart and it's over with. See, listen, that is the luxury of being a truthful person. in doing the right thing. I would say that too. And for your life making sense according to the human nature. I mean, you know, you're not perfect. But you know, if you're a pretty decent person, but they tried to make you out to be a monster, I promise you, you're gonna beat them. Cause all you gotta do is speak from the heart about everything you've done. And if you've been a decent person and they made you out to be a monster, you gonna listen. You gonna slaughter these people. That's the bottom line. And that's all I'm doing. I mean, like 20 minutes and it's already over with. Now, we can talk about the present time and what we're doing now. Yeah. Yeah. You got beat in a matter of 20 minutes, man. You got beat in a matter of 20 minutes, man. Just like that. Okay? Just like that, buddy. Just like that, buddy. Just like that, buddy. Okay? You don't need to come try to see me. You going by, listen, you gazing at me because of folklore. You're gazing at me because of these funky politics you heard. You don't need to be, listen, this is how you know I ain't no narcissistic person. You don't need to be thinking about me. A narcissistic person wants attention. I don't care about your attention. You don't need to be thinking about me. You don't need to be talking about me. I don't want you worried about me or thinking about me. A narcissistic person embraces all of that. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? I won. I won. I got my $1 million in the ground, boy. Get ready for the funk. We want the funk. That's what we want. Ow. We. Hey, man. Listen, get ready for the funk, buddy. We want the funk. Ow. We want the funk. That's what we want. Hey, it's coming, man. Listen. It's coming. The funk is coming. The funk is coming, buddy. You want the funk? It's coming. The funk is coming. Oh, yeah. Plenty of it. The funk train is coming, buddy. The funk gravy train is coming. The funk gravy train is on the way. It's already on the road. It's smoking on the road. It's down there by Kansas right now. It's down there by Kansas right now. Funk train down there in the woods of Kansas. We want the funk. Hey, listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. You played with the wrong man. Don't you feel that way now? Don't you feel that way? We just bought you tonight. See, sometimes, I'm gonna tell you something about me. This is why you know I'm a humble person. I can't take credit for everything that happens. God be doing a lot of things that I just go along with. Like, for example, I just had to go exchange all this meat, right? Yeah, like after my grocery shopping. I'm fasting pork, right? For spiritual reasons. So, I bought all this pork and I was just hoping that I could get it exchanged. I got most of it exchanged, except for the one that I kind of opened up. But I already had one here that was turkey, just one. So that kind of made up for the one I couldn't exchange. So I came out good. Now I'm in for the month. That's basically it for the month. I got to go out there and put some more money in the ground. I got some Mexican people out there in California I got to connect with. That's my next move, you know what I'm saying? California. That's my next move. So I'm going to be sending some money out there to California, out there by Los Angeles, East LA, and back to Colombia. I'm gonna keep working with Colombia. So, you know, everything is forward march, you know what I'm saying? It don't stop. This don't stop. This don't even stop for $1 million. This don't stop. This don't stop. I'm already focused on the next move. While some people just bask in that for about 5 months. I ain't nah, buddy. We applying that pressure. This is how you apply pressure. Real pressure. Real pressure. Not that fake. Not that fake pressure. Not that AstroTurf pressure. You got AstroTurf pressure, don't you? You got AstroTurf pressure. AstroTurf pressure. AstroTurf pressure. Pressure. Got these people playing games all around us, walking around. That's AstroTurf. It's fake, it's fraudulent, it's counterfeit. All these counterfeit people. It's the real funk over here, buddy. You should have knew that. Coming from North Carolina, you should know I ain't working with nothing but the funk over here. Man, come on, man. Stop playing with me. I got more soul than your whole family up here in New York. I got more soul than your old grandma, the old women you put out there. They ain't got no more funk than me, man. They up here. They ain't get no funk. They ain't got no funk, bro. Hey, listen, man. Listen, listen. We got more soul than these people up here. That you don't want to pull the race card or the black card on a North Carolina man. That's suicide, I feel. Okay, I'm from North Carolina. Where you from? 4th Avenue, 4th Street. 4th and 4th. You from 4th and 4th, ain't you? You from 4th and 4th. Okay. I'm from North Carolina and you from 4th and 4th. 4th and 4th in the back. You from 4th and 4th in the back. Told you, man. Hey, it don't stop. We about to listen, man. I'm happy. I done got everything done, man. Listen, we ain't gonna never be beaten by them psychological games because we don't care about no psychological games. You know what we care about? You marrying children in real life. That's what we care about. You marrying children in real life, ain't you? Well, New York was marrying children. I know you ain't trying to come see me, buddy. You was marrying children, ain't you? Wasn't you? Not too long ago, not too many eons ago. You was marrying children all through the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. You was marrying children the whole time. Back on it, man. I'm back on it, man. Get back on it. Hey, man, listen, bro, listen. Man, listen, man. New York ain't nothing, man. New York was marrying children the whole time. What you saying is baseless, man. Ain't got no base. Listen, bro. Listen. Everything I'm saying can be proven. Stop playing with a... Listen, man. Listen, stop playing with a real one, man. I'm real all day. Y'all the one counterfeit. Hey, listen. Listen. Listen, I can show you how I'm real with my numbers. I'm making $1 million transaction. When did you do it? When did you do it? You ever made $1 million transaction where somewhere in there $1 million came out of your transaction? No, you haven't done that. I can show you half of these people in Brooklyn never made $1 million transaction. That's 7 out. You ain't never made no $1 million transaction in your life. You ain't even never made a $73,000 transaction. You thought I was up here slipping. You thought I was up here a dusty, dirty bum, sitting up here doing nothing. Now how you feel? How you feel now? Yeah, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do this. Playing with me and playing like I'm somebody to play with, like I'm some pathetic bum, retarded person out here, and I'm doing way better than you. You practicing abstinence today? I know you're not. Okay, so you're a whore today. You're a whore today, aren't you? You're a whore today. Okay, I'm not having sex at all. What you doing? You smell like multiple men. You smell like multiple women. You smell like a garbage can because all the women you done had sex with and men you done have sex with. You smell like the bottom of a garbage can, man. Come on, man, stop playing with me, man. Listen, I'm not having sex. Listen, I'm not having sex with no one. How about that? How about that for purity? No one. And it gets better because it's a lot of women that talk about they're not they abstinent, but they masturbate every 3 hours. Okay, I don't find that very appetizing as a man. Well, because you're still looking at other men. You're still fantasizing and looking at other men's penis. You looked at 1 million penises, but you're abstaining from penis. But you done looked at 1 million of them. You know you lose your value every time you look at another man's penis. That's how I feel. Let's ask all real men. Don't you think women lose their value every time they look at a new penis? You don't feel that way? I do. Every time you look at a new penis, you lose value. So you're abstaining from sex, but you're still masturbating. Oh, a lot of women do that. Oh, they'll tell you how, I'm not having sex with anybody. But she got 5 dildos. She got anal plugs. She got butt plugs. She got butt plugs and dildos. But she's not having sex. Is that appetizing to you? Not really. It's just she just not having sex. But look at all the stuff she's doing though. It's not appetizing. It doesn't make it. Do she seem fresh to you? Is she fresh to you because she ain't having no sex with nobody? But she doing all this other stuff. But she all on the internet. She all on the internet showing everybody her body. That part, them same bum pictures, she showing everybody. Yeah, that part, showing them same bum pictures to everybody. Man, listen, man. You know how people do? They got 5 pictures of everything, don't they? And show the same bum pictures to everybody. Nobody don't want that. You know what a man wants? A woman that ain't doing nothing. That means she ain't masturbating. She ain't got no dildos. She ain't got no butt plugs. Man, your body is stretched out from dildos and butt plugs. It ain't really tight, is it? Well, not really. If you using all them dildos, it ain't really tight. And that's the bottom line. Right or wrong, guys? Right or wrong, guys? So we all know the difference. If she ain't have no dildos, it would be a whole difference, wouldn't it? If she wouldn't put no dildos in her vagina, wouldn't it be different? Right, of course it would. Of course it would be different. But she talking about she ain't having sex, and then you get up in her and it ain't even like nothing. It ain't no 3 or 4. You know why? Because she got a 13-inch dildo. That's why. She got 13 inches of dildo. But she's not having sex with nobody. That's what kind of girls you're dealing with today in America. I'm not having sex, but I got a 13-inch dildo. So it means my vagina's pretty stretched out. Which is the whole point of a man wanting a woman, or not wanting a woman, like you. Because of the stretching. Okay, so that's the whole point if you don't know. It's not the technicality of sex necessarily only. It's also, if you had something going on down there. You know what I mean? If it's been stretched out down there. Dildos do that down there. Man, listen, buddy. Listen. Nobody don't want that stretched out vagina from fake penises and dildos and vibrators. You can keep that, buddy. You can keep that. You done played with it. You done played over it yourself. You done messed over your own vagina. Nobody want that. I'm being real. What a man wants is a woman that the slightest touch and she's in ecstasy because she's not touching herself. She's not doing anything. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to get married and she's in complete ecstasy just from touching her. That's what you want. Not some woman that's how you put it, sexually callous that you got to do certain things to get her off. No, do this, do that, do that. You know what that means? she's desensitized towards touch from masturbating so much. Oh, you didn't realize that? Think about it. If you listen, you as men know when you done went without sex for X amount of time. Did you need her to do certain things? It was everything. Anytime you find a woman do this, do that. That means either she masturbates too much or she's with other dudes. That's what it means. Or a combination of both, actually. So it's just understanding, man. Listen, it's just understanding that I'm not masturbating at all. I'm practicing semen retention. Let's talk about what it really is. I'm not even masturbating. This phone that I'm recording on, I haven't masturbated one time. I haven't watched porn one time. Okay? Yeah, and I haven't masturbated without a phone either. I'm practicing semen retention. Semen retention, go look that up. Some of y'all don't even know what that is. When you don't even ejaculate. Listen, I like sex. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not playing no games. I'm not playing no games with my spirituality. I'm not playing no games with my spirituality, man. That's why some of these, listen, you know how I know half of these Christians masturbating? Because you're not effective spiritually. You ain't got no anointing. That's how I know. That's how I know. See, it's more than one way to tell that you got hidden sin. See, okay, so if you've been without a man for X amount of time or a woman for X amount of time, and you've been a Christian X amount of time, why isn't the anointing strong on your life? Because you're constantly repenting from masturbating. I've been there, done that. I know what I'm talking about. You're constantly, you remasturbate, you go into the world of masturbation, and then you come out and you repent, and you get back to the word, you get back to spending time with God. That's what you're doing. That's why there's no anointing. See, that's the difference between you and I right now, in this season. I'm not masturbating, I'm not ejaculating, I'm practicing semen retention, all of that. So for you to accuse me, that's how God is going to look at it. Oh, hold up. First of all, my servant is not even having sex with no one, and let alone children. He's not masturbating. He's not ejaculating, but most of Brooklyn is. Most of Brooklyn is. Whether it's masturbation or having sex with women. Most of y'all ejaculating, right? Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't no way in the world you could think my mind is even on sex. That's how we know it's you. See, when your mind is not even on sex, and you're not even really thinking about no woman, right? You might admire the beauty of a woman. That's normal. It's a difference between admiring the beauty of a real woman and lust. There's two different things. And it's healthy for you to admire the beauty of a real woman. Okay, see, I'm not one of those Christians that's in la la land and all crazy and bugged out. Okay, I can acknowledge the beauty of a woman without lust, without letting my mind go into all these different things me and her could be doing, and all that. I can admire the beauty of a woman. See, that's healthy. That's healthy. It's nothing wrong with that. And that's where my mind is. Okay, I can acknowledge the beauty of a woman. So imagine me thinking about something else, what they talk about. No, that's what you want me to think about. That's what you thinking about. You know what I'm thinking about? You know what I'm thinking about? God. I'm thinking about God right now. That's what I'm thinking about. That's how we know. See, when your mind is in the right place, when these psychics and telepaths and wizards attack your mind, and your mind is in the right place, they telling on themselves. It's easy because your mind is so pure. Your mind's like transparent, so anything that comes through it, it's them. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why when you keep your mind on Christ, God will keep you at perfect peace. Ain't nothing they can do. Ain't nothing they can do. That's why, to beat the telepaths and the mind readers, all you got to do is keep your mind on Christ Jesus. Because why is you going to be thinking about Christ? Think about it now. And meditating on Christ, but then something else come across your mind. That's them. Even when you do messages like I'm doing, and something cross your mind, why would you be thinking about that? It's not you, it's them. Okay, and they can try to trigger as much as they want, but we're realizing who it is. I don't really care about mind reading. I don't really care about mind games. You know what I'm worried? You know what I think about? Maduro in the borough of Brooklyn. That's what we talk about. Real things. We don't entertain teenage mindsets. We can go back and we realize it's them, and that's all it is to it. We don't think about no children. Ain't nobody obsessing about no children. Hey, listen, you flattering your own children. That's how I see it. Well, I'm not thinking nothing about them. So you flattering them. You flattering these American children, buddy. You flattering these American children, ain't you? Ain't nobody thinking about your stinking children, bruh. Your funky children. Ain't nobody thinking about that. I'm a grown man over here. And look, I can get me a woman if I want one. I can get one right now. Yeah, that part. So imagine me thinking about something else. That don't work. You can't trigger me, buddy. Dude running water up there, right? And he listening when he running around and trying to trigger and turn off the water when he think he got me. That's 7 hours. Listen, buddy, I'm a master. He been doing this person up in the stairs. He's a gang stalker or whatever. They turn on water as psychological triggers and witchcraft, right? And they listen to your mind. When you're addressing things, they think because they're low in IQ, they don't realize what they're seeing. So I can listen to my thoughts and hear when they're trying to trigger and turn the water off and on. You don't know what you're saying, buddy. What you're saying is me putting them in their place like I just put you in your place. Yeah. Oh, well, I just beat him. I just beat him. Running the water, that's on purpose. That's psychological stuff. I just beat that. Say it like Shawty Low, I just beat that. I just beat that. I just beat that. Listen, man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. We don't even care about that stuff. These people left behind in 2025. You like Kirk Cameron, you left behind, ain't you? You like Kirk Cameron, you left behind. We left you, listen, we left you behind in 2025. We left you behind in 2025, bruh. Well, that ain't going no further, man. We talking about $1 million transactions in 2026, man. That part, man. We talking about $73,000 down in Colombia. We talking about that, right? That's there now. That's there now. They gonna get that next Sunday. They gonna get that church day next Sunday. Yeah. That's $73,000. That's there now. Why suckers is worried about the money I just sent by envelope. Oh, I also sent to the same location. Same location. I done sent $73,000. See, God did this for a reason. You know, because people will act like they the money man and all of this, and they ain't made not even $1 million transaction in their life. They ain't made no transactions that equal to $1 million or better. I made a transaction that came out on the other party side with me giving with them what they get, what I gave them. It equated to $1 million plus. Okay, you never made $1 million transaction. And see, what I like is my first $1 million transaction was given to God. And what I also like is before the world ended, I made $1 million transaction. Some of my enemies gonna die never making $1 million transaction. I'm talking about you. I ain't talking about your group. You are not ever most likely gonna make $1 million transaction. You ain't. You can go look at others because it's like a sucker. You gonna look at all these rappers like a sucker, but you not gonna make $1 million transaction. That part. Playing yourself, buddy. They good. What about you? See, I'm doing the same thing they do. Once they get on, they separate from them. You know why? Because you are filled with envy already. How can they be around you? How? No, you too envious. You too envious. You listen, you can't make $1 million and go back in the hood. Think about that, man. You know how people looking at you? You the biggest dog on the block. You can't chill with them no more. Nah, you can chill with your homies. You can't chill with the hood. And you know the difference. No, man, no, you can't. You can't. You listen. In a perfect world, it would look beautiful for you to be able to go back to the neighborhoods and places you came from and be having millions and millions of dollars and be sitting down and be transparent with everybody. But you can't do that. You can't do that. No, it's too many haters. It's too many people that just will be burned up with jealousy because you ain't living out there no more. So once they get on, they gotta separate themselves. I already gotta do the same thing. I can't deal with no everyday people, man, because listen, the truth is, I left you behind a long time ago and you know it. Oh yeah, I left you, as far as reputation. Oh, I know I got good reputation with the right people. Oh, you didn't think I knew that? I know that. I got good reputation with the right people. Just not with you. I don't care about you. Yeah, I don't care about no good reputation with you. I'm good. I'm not worried about it, bro. Trust me. I'm good. I don't need your reputation. I don't need your credibility. Are you for the voucher for me? I don't need you to vouch. Nah, I'm good. I don't need you to vouch for me. Listen, God vouches for me. God is out there taking care of this situation that you made, the mess you made. God is fixing the mess you made. You got that, buddy? I'm on another level. And then what make it so militant is my first $1 million transaction was about spiritual warfare. Yeah. I love the whole story of my situation. Glory to God. My first transaction was my $1 million transaction was about war. I came into it based on war. Oh, it's real. It's real. It's absolutely real. It's real. That's real. I wouldn't sit here and lie. I make sure I comb all my everything I'm talking about. I comb it through with a fine-tooth comb, buddy. I don't sit up and make up lies. Unlike you. And I don't look for contradictions like you. Listen, I sit up and worry about what I'm doing like a player's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no players sitting back worried about what somebody else is doing, bro. Listen, that's how we know you're a player hater, because a player hater is an idle person that you worried about what other people doing. You notice I don't worry about what other people doing. You can tell. I don't care about what nobody's doing in this building. Nobody's doing in Brooklyn. I don't care about none of these people, what they doing. I don't care about that. You know what I care about? My $1 million transaction. My first couple $1 million transaction. I think I already, with all the other countries that I given to, Poland, Germany, I sent money to Poland, out there with the concentration camps. I found a church where the concentration camps was, where all the Jews was in the Nazi camps. The main major Nazi camp. I found a Christian church in that city, that was where the Nazi camps were, and I sent money to that church. I sent money to the church that's in the same city where the Nazi camp was, where all them Jewish people were killed. Okay, so with that being said, man, I done sent money to Poland. That's where it happened, at Poland. Some people don't know. They don't think Germany, but that actually happened in Poland. It's easy to assume that because Hitler is German and the Nazi party, but that actually was Poland, right? So, okay. So I sent money to Poland, Germany, England. I done sent money to England, Germany. This is real life. This is whole different environments, whole different countries that don't care nothing about what you talking about. Don't care nothing about no psychological game, some innovative thing they think they got going for the Americans. Man, you became to be a bozo. We calling you on your every move that you make, man. Your every move is being detected. You tell me what that means. I tell you what it means. I outrank all these people. That's what it means. And you've been playing it like you outrank me. Nah. Well, how I call you on every move you make, but you can't call me on no moves I make. Make it make sense, bro. I can call you on every move you make. We don't care about that. We know all about the psychological games. We know all that you're doing. We comb through everything with a fine-tooth comb. And I don't make up no lies. Ain't nothing fabricated or exaggerated. $1 million transaction, boy. That's what we got going. Into God's kingdom. I told you we was going to be respected like the mob, and now that time has come. We going to be respected like the mob, and we ain't going to have no people piggybacking and jumping on the paddy wagon and jumping on a bandwagon. Ain't none of that going on. Because I stood on my own. So I'm a one-man show. I ain't letting nobody act like they with me. See, these people that's in these groups, they quick to go join somebody, right? That kind of thing. I don't join nobody. I don't join nobody. That's why I told you I'm anti-Freemason. I'm anti-secret societies, because those people are quick to join people. Like kids. Like, I don't join nobody. Because the more people you join, the more problems you got. The more human beings you got to deal with. Imagine that. The more problems you got. It's going to be somebody in there. If you got like over, history teaches us, if you got over 12 people like Jesus with the disciples, if you got over 12 people, there's going to be a Judas. There's going to be a Judas. And you got it to your cause, to what you stand for. It's no way in the world. Because humanity is so frail and weak. It's going to be one weak link in those people, I guarantee you. It always happens. It always happens. You can find everything going good, but you're not considering the humanity that you're around. That's why I don't deal with nobody. Ain't nobody can say I'm with them. No, you can't say that. Because I understand that the more people you involve in a situation, you're going to have a weak link. That's how it is. I have no weak links. You know why? Because nobody's in this situation. I don't have any weak links. Okay, so you can play as many psychological games you want. You already know this is the calm before the storm. Listen, you know that, don't you? You know this is the calm before the storm. You know that. You know that. And I know that. And you know that. So you play a good game out there like you tough to the community. But in here you kissing my butt. Hey, we all know it. Listen, I'm telling you, they'll get around me with the telepaths. Please, it's all over. But then when we go out there, they riding around like they G's and gangsters. Hitting corners hard like they gangsters. Man, please, man. Then I come back in here and you start begging for your life. That's the truth. I'm not fabricating, am I? Okay then, it's the truth. That's what's the truth. I come right back in here and I'm right back at sinking. Now you see I ain't worried about none of that stuff. I ain't worried about none of that stuff. Okay? That's how it is. I'm not your little baby boy. I'm not your play toy. I proved it. You can front. You can front and live in a fantasy world, but the truth is everybody know I'm winning. Everybody know I beat the Americans. Let alone just you. I don't care about no secret society no more. I outranked you. Why should I focus on you? I'm beating America. So imagine if you was beating America, but you still focus on these people within America. You beating America, but you're focused on these people within America, but you done beat the whole community. I ain't focused on you no more. That's why. I know I done beat so many people. Why would I focus on you? It don't make sense. Nobody would do that. Once you used all these people against me, it was a gamble. Because if I beat them, and I did, I beat everybody. Now, I'm not focused on you. I'm focused on the rest of this community that I want to pay. I want all of them to pay. They use too many. I want every single one to pay. And that's going to take some work. And I've been putting in my work. You want me to focus on you, and I ain't going to do that. I'm too smart to do that. I'm not going to focus on you. I ain't focusing on nobody in this building. Them all bums. I ain't losing my freedom for no bums. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they say. You're a nobody and you're not part of this situation. You want to be, but you're not. And I'm not gonna focus on you. I'm too smart. You should have knew I would. Come on, somebody with my reputation. I'm gonna focus on some random people that's in this situation when they don't even equate to that. What they stand for, who they stand with, is not even part of this situation. Don't even equate this whole situation anymore. You know who's a part of this situation? America. That's what we looking at. See, once they escalated out of control, where all these people got involved, why would I focus on you? That wouldn't even be sound-minded to focus on you. With all these people out here, I'm not focused on you. You can go ahead and take a breather for a little bit. We're focused on the whole country. Why you think I ain't done nothing to nobody in this building? I could have been done something. You don't mean nothing to me. You a non-factor. You a non-factor. I say it like Evelyn on Basketball Wives. You a non-factor. That was one of her most famous lines. You a non-factor, man. You are a non-factor, bro. These secret societies are a non-factor. I don't care about that no more. We looking at these wars. We looking at Maduro here in South America, from South America here in Brooklyn. He's here in Brooklyn. What I'm talking about. Now imagine somebody out there playing themselves, acting like you gonna stand in my path. I'm glad some of you realize this, because I mean none of this is going to equate this kind of stuff going on, and Trump can't even take credit for it. Here's why: because that could have went a whole different way. He could have got away. All this is allowed to happen. You know why? And this is why we salute Maduro. Because Maduro is paying the price. Like I'm paying the price. There are key players paying the price for these Americans to suffer for what they're doing. It's me. I'm paying the price too. And we got to do it. We got to pay. Listen. If you don't get nothing from this message, if you are real and you are a real Christian, you're going to have to pay the price for these people to get what they deserve. And that's full circle to my message. That's full circle to my message. We have bought these people like a purchase. I bought them. You buy them when they make mistakes and they use the whole community against you. You just bought them. That's how you buy them. That's how you buy them as far as karma. I just bought these people. Like I told you, sometimes God will have me do things and I don't even know why I'm doing it. And then I'll realize that he'll reveal it to me. Okay, like all that meat that I bought, all that pork, I had to get an exchange and I barely got it because they tried to give me a hard time about it. I believe other black people could have walked in there and got it without a receipt. But you know, I'm just that smart to know, they just try to give me a hard time. But all these people here, these black people here, I know they exchange stuff. I know they do. I know they do. I just know. But they gave me a hard time where I had to come back and get the receipt and all of this stuff. And I barely had, but that was the only receipt. And I ain't get another one because I keep all my receipts on me. I don't just throw those receipts down on the ground. I keep all my receipts. That's just, now when I get home, I might discard them like they're nothing, but I never throw receipts on the ground. That's just not me, I don't throw receipts on the ground, so. But he barely gave me like I was supposed to have some other kind of receipt. I ain't had no other kind of receipt. He just didn't really want to do it. But then he probably was gonna think, what he was thinking about was if I talked to the other dude. That's probably what got on his mind. Because if I talk to the main dude, this is the grocery store situation. Because if I talk to that other dude, he wouldn't even ask me for no receipt. So he had to play it like that, which on technicality he could have went. The boss ain't gonna give you no flack about holding somebody to technicality or receipt. But if I would have came in there with a receipt and then he tried to play me like I ain't got like Willie, like I'm okie doke, like I supposed to have some other kind of receipt. That's basically what he was insinuating. It wasn't another type of receipt. No. I would have had it. I'm so professional. I went back and found my receipts. Won't you try that? Won't you try being professional and finding real receipts? You know, I went back and found my receipts because I'm a that's the luxury of being a professional person. If I was a dirty old person, I would be doing weird stuff with paper, with my receipts, and it could be balled up in the bathroom somewhere. If I was just a dirty person or unprofessional person, I bring all my trash and I put it in the trash can. So I went to the trash can and I found a receipt. That's how professional. That's why it pays to be professional. You know what I'm saying? I can go find whatever they talking about. I can go, whatever it is, I probably most likely I can find it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love being professional. I don't even want no unprofessional woman. You know, a woman that's not unprofessional, a professional that's not professional, I don't even want it. I'm too mission oriented. I'm too mission oriented. I'm too engaged in missions and objectives. I can't deal with unprofessional black people either. You know what I'm saying? You know, they try to play a good game like they're professional, but all they doing, man, is trying to show up, man, to the champion. You trying to show up to see the champion, that's it. I'm the champion. That's all you trying to do. Other than that, you ain't gonna prove to be more credible than me and as much of a champion as me. And I proved that with numbers. I proved that with beating the white Americans. And I would love to see you beat the white Americans like I beat them. See, that's my main challenge that I know. I know you're too scared to live in my shoes. And so imagine you playing yourself, challenging me, right? But you couldn't live a day in my shoes. Not one day. You would crumble. You couldn't face these white Americans. If you don't know, I faced them in Florida, all down in Florida. It wasn't just black people. I faced all these white people, all down in Florida. You couldn't do it as a black person. You listen, you wouldn't know what to do. That's why I trip off of you. Because you know what? I know you can't beat the white Americans. I beat them. That's why I got credibility with white people. You know why? Because I beat white Americans. Okay, and until you do, I don't care how old you are, I don't care how young you are, until you beat white Americans, I tell your children that until your children beat white Americans, you playing yourself bringing your children out here. You playing yourself bringing your children out here, buddy. Until your children beat white Americans, you playing yourself and your children playing themselves. Okay, I beat white Americans. It's just like an ignorant black person to try to show up and try to clown me and try to fight me, but you won't fight these white Americans. It's just like them. It's just like you. But what I want you to know is I know something you don't think I'm smart enough to know is that you would never face white America like you tried to face me. You won't ever try to fight white America like that. And I know that. So guess what? People on the outside that see things the same way I'm talking about it, they've said it in so many words. I just articulated it a little bit better. And I gave them something to really believe in that they already felt. That you ain't man enough or woman enough to face those white Americans like you faced me. Oh, you'll do that to me. You'll be here to me. You'll do that. You'll do this all day. But go face these white Americans, these rednecks. Go face them rednecks down south like I did. Go face them southern white Americans like I did. Yeah, man, stop playing, man. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I said what I need to say, sucker. Because I know as long as you got this clown game going on out here, listen, all I've been through, I know things obviously that you don't know. You know what I know? I know you ain't gonna fight a white America. You ain't gonna fight them. Now you'll try to fight a nigga. You'll fight me. You'll fight a nigga, but you ain't gonna fight white America. I fought white America and everybody. Now imagine you showing up, but I know the catch is you'll fight me, but you won't fight who I beat. You won't fight them. Oh man, especially the old black people. Oh no, they ain't gonna get out there and fight no white Americans. They get scared. I don't know if I should do that. Yeah, that part, buddy. Hey, they ain't gonna fight no white Americans. These old women ain't gonna fight no white Americans. No, they not. You too old to fight a white American. You too old to fight white Americans. You too scared and old to fight white Americans, and I know. But you'll fight a nigga. You know, you'll fight a nigga though. Oh, grandma will fight a nigga. Mom Dukes will fight a nigga. Your auntie will fight a nigga, but she ain't gonna fight no white man. She gonna say, that's going too far. I don't want. Yeah, that part. It's going too far playing with me. But because I'm a nigga, you don't see it that way, do you? No, you don't see it like that. You don't see it as far as you know, you fighting me, you don't see it going too far. You don't see that going too far, do you? I told you they programmed to fight niggas. Black people are programmed to fight other black people. They ain't gonna fight no white people. That's why I have to that's why I have to separate from them, because see, you want to go back and forth with me all day. It ain't even about you no more. See, you another one. You want it to be about you. You know what? It ain't about you. Because you involve so many people, or let's just say, so many people got involved on their own that I found bigger fish to fry than you. I found something more credible and noteworthy than beating you, which I've beaten you a million times, but I found something more noteworthy. You know what's more noteworthy? He beat white Americans. Okay, what you want on your resume? He beat black Americans or white Americans? White Americans have more of a ring to it, don't you think? It's more of a ring to it. Oh, he beat white Americans. He actually faced these white folks. You see what I'm saying? He actually faced these white folks and beat them. That has a ring to it for a black man. It does. For a black man, as opposed to going back in the hood, back and forth in the hood with you. It's funky, ain't it? Ew. I have no interest in it, buddy. I have no. You see why, right? Because I know you ain't on these levels. You ain't, for whatever reason. You got your own personal, individual reasons why you ain't, but you're not. Okay, and so what I look like with respect from real military. Why you call me a bomber clad, I got real respect from military, and respect you will never get. They not respecting you just because you can read minds. You can do nothing. You can do nothing else. You're a one-trick pony. All you can do is read people's brain. I do more than read people's brain. I get respect for who I am outside of brain reading and reading brains and even spirituality. I get more respect for other reasons that you would never get respect for. See, I can break it down. That's what I'm saying. Listen, you don't pay attention to the real man in me. I can break everything down while I'm greater than you. I get respect from military. Half of these black people in Brooklyn ain't getting no respect for no military. Respect, you might get respect as far as humanity, you know, they might, you know, but as far as for who you are and who you are as a person, for your accomplishments and who you are as a caliber of person, no, you're not going to get any respect from military for that reason. Okay, I have gotten respect from military for who I am, the caliber of person that I am. Real military that went into the military. Now imagine me caring about your respect. I don't care about it. That's what you keep forgetting, is that while you label me as whatever you label me based on hip hop and pop culture, it's based on pop culture, ain't it? It's based on pop culture, ain't it? Well, whatever you label me as, based on pop culture, I got real respect for military. What you got respect from pop culture? You got respect from the streets, which I call the streets. You got respect from the streets. Man, you can't be serious, man. I got respect from military. You can't be serious. That's why I don't care. Like, if you notice, I talk about principles on the streets to hold these people to principles. But if you notice, I don't really reverence the streets anymore. No, I don't. You know why? Because I've gotten higher respect than the streets, and they don't want to acknowledge it. I'm talking about once you do find the real people out there. I'm talking about the real soldiers. I'm talking about the ones that's in the street. I got more respect than them. I got respect higher than the respect that they would give me. I'm talking about the real ones. Let alone the fake ones like you. I don't care about you. Imagine me caring about you. I'm just being real. I mean, come on. They've said worse about me. I mean, I'm just keeping it, and then all I'm doing is just keeping it 100. I got respect for military. I could care less. I promise you I could care less about your rinky-dink opinion. That whack opinion, that psychological, I mean, I don't care nothing about that. I've seen you be wrong a million times about it anyway. Look at that. I've seen you be wrong about it. They listen, they think they everything because of that, don't they? That's so sad. You know why? Because you're going to wake up in World War III and realize ain't none of that stuff going to save you, little buddy. That's them out. Ain't none of that going to save you. You can read mine, so what? World War III is almost here. World War III is almost here. Hey, listen, what you gonna write? You gonna read minds through World War III? I don't think so, amigo. I don't think so, senor. Senor. I don't think so, senor. Senorita. Listen, man. I don't think so. You can't read minds through World War III, sucker. You see where we at, don't you? You see where we at? I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you realize you've been properly, thoroughly defeated. Because it don't matter what you're doing with that mind stuff and all these police out here and all that running around stuff. That's all about to be swallowed up in World War III or something like it. Let's be, hey, if it ain't World War III, it's gonna be very similar. It's gonna be very similar. You got Iran and all. Listen, the truth is, America don't know what they finna get out of that. Come on, they already know, man. Come on, listen. For them dealing with the Middle East and Iran, it's somebody's coming for America. That's the bottom line, and we all know that. Somebody. All they did in Iran, all they did in Gaza and Iran, and what they trying to do over here, inciting riots. That's what Trump was basically inciting riots. He the only one can get away with that kind of stuff. Anybody else, we would be inciting riots. You say, okay, don't stop protesting. But most people gonna read between the lines and see that what you're saying protesting, while you're saying protesting, this is not just protesting. So in this case, you are unwise inciting a riot, talking about protesting, but you're inciting chaos in Iran. You're inciting chaos in Iran. That's what you're doing. And it's chess moves. It's nothing but chess moves. You don't see it that way? Man, listen, you thought I was a boy. I'm more of a man than your daddy. Man, I'm more of a man than your daddy. Stop playing with me. Yeah, man, your daddy ain't never had no speech like mine. I'm more of a man than your daddy. You're pathetic. I'm more of a man than your daddy, man. Trump is what Trump is doing is playing chess. Trump is playing chess. Trump is playing chess. All he is doing is fighting the Iran to get Iran out the way from being a threat against America. He just taking advantage of that situation. That's all he doing. He don't care nothing about them people. All he care about is ending Iran, taking advantage of the fact that Iran is in trouble and telling them to keep fighting and fighting so they can overthrow Iran. That's all. That's all they're trying to do is overthrow Iran. So their threat is diffused in the Middle East. That's all. That's why for me, I know he gonna use these secret societies against me because so that hopefully they defeat. He hoped that they would have defeated me, but they not. That's all. They gonna fight you through other groups of people. That's how the Americans move. Their signature chess move is to fight you through other people fighting you. Whether it's black people in this neighborhood, that's America. People in this building ain't nothing but all America. That's all it is. You might as well say so. That's all it is. That's why we going after the Americans spiritually, in spiritual war. Simple as that. I know it's an American effort. That's all I need to know. It's an American effort. That's all I need to know, buddy. Just like it's an American effort out there in the Middle East. That's all American effort. Fighting Russia through using the Ukrainians against the Russians. That's all they're doing. They're fighting the Russians through using the Ukrainians against the Russians. The Democrats do it and the Republicans do it. They both do it. It's an American signature chess move. If they can, they will use other people to fight you for their cause. So in this situation, they're actually using protesters in Iran, giving them some false hope that America is not going to be even follow through. They ain't going to build up the economy, and you're going to wind up having to depend on the Iranians. You're going to have to depend on Iran. America ain't going to come through there and help your whole country. No. So they're going to get rid of that situation, and you're going to settle back into Iran without America, I guarantee you. So they gonna help. So America gonna help you all the way up on your feet and reestablish Iran like 20 years from now. No, they ain't gonna be there 20 years from now. All they trying to do is diffuse their enemies, which is the present regime of Iran. That's all they trying to do. After that, you will see they might stick around a little bit, but they're gonna trail off eventually. Come on, man. All they trying to do is get rid of the Iranian government. That's it. In other words, they don't have no concerns about them people. It's just like Russia. They don't care about Ukraine beating Russia. I mean, Ukraine, and they don't care about Ukraine. They care about beating Russia. They don't care about the protesters in Iran. They care about beating the government of Iran. That's all. It's a signature chess move. I watched them. See, I pay attention. I pay attention to my enemies. I watch what they do. They'll use anybody to fight you. They're using black people to fight me. That's what it is right now. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Because what's stronger than black strength is spiritual strength. Spiritual strength is stronger than black strength, buddy. Oh yeah, you learning that, ain't you? You learning the hard way, aren't you? Yeah, I don't care how black you are. The power of God is stronger than black African strength. I guess you overbuilt yourself, didn't you, buddy? You dealing with power, spiritual power. Because I'm telling you another thing. If you come out here, you are a Christian, and you come out here against me, and you don't know what you're doing, listen, you're gonna lose God's grace on your life. You're gonna lose God's grace. Because God expects you to use wisdom and not even be out here like that. It doesn't make sense when a person is no threat to the community. He's not going to involve you as a Christian. He's not. No, he's not. I guarantee you he's not going to do it. And you're going to get in trouble with God playing with me. Well, you ain't going to feel you're going to feel the grace of God leave you. I'm telling you, you're going to be over there with the Americans. Just because you're a Christian don't mean you God, buddy. You're not God. So at some point, you can't, beyond judgment of things and discerning, you have to stop at some point. And that's where God starts. Where you stop is where God starts, right? And if you try to go up higher than where you're supposed to stop, you're going to have a problem with God. Because now you're in his zone. You're doing what only he's supposed to be doing. And that's as a Christian. You don't got no license to be out here playing with me. What you thought you did? You don't got a license to play God. I'm not playing God. You can't say I'm playing God, man. I play my position as a prophet, and you're ignorant of what a prophet is. That's not my fault. Listen, I can show you everything I'm talking about in the Bible. That's what I'm talking about. I can show you everything I'm talking about in the Bible. It ain't no other way to look at it. That's what it is. I can show you in the Bible. You don't agree with that? Okay. You're not a Christian. Okay. Now Christians, All I gotta do is show them the Bible and it's over with. Because they believe in every single word like they supposed to. I believe in every single word. Okay, once I show them the word, listen, you can't say what God is gonna do. You can't say that's not for your situation. How are you gonna say that? Who are you? Who is arrogant enough to say that I don't have the right to curse these people when the prophet Elisha cursed the people? He cursed children. So, but who are you to tell me that I don't have the right to do it? Huh? I don't. What will make you say I don't have the right? Can you show me with biblical proof that I don't have the right? How you can say I don't have the right? Who are you to say I don't have the right? I can show you in the Bible where the prophet Elisha cursed cursed children, and 42 of them died. Okay, so how are you going to tell me I don't have the right to do the same thing? How can you tell me I don't have the right? You can't say that when it's right there as authorized by a prophet. A curse, a type of curse. Curses is not just on the dark side. Curses is on. We can send curses as God's people. Okay, we can send curses as God's people. Okay, well, if you're ignorant of that, that's you. You destroy for a lack of knowledge. Not me. I'm not destroyed for a lack of knowledge. The less you know, that's why you get destroyed. But it's right there. Okay, so if you didn't know that you could curse your enemies, right? And you just use one scripture to say bless and curse not, right? But it's common sense that there's a curse in the Bible. So there's a balance with understanding. You're going to the extreme saying curse no one under no circumstance. That's not what it's saying. That's not what did it say that? No. So you have to get clarity and discernment for your particular situation. That's what I'm trying to show you. How do you know in my situation that I don't have the right to do this? You don't know my situation well enough now, do you? That's a 7 hour. You don't know my situation well enough to say that's what I'm saying. You don't know all I've been through. You really don't. But it's easy for you to give all the perfect answers. But the bottom line is, what we do know, that's kind of like a tongue twister. But what we do know is the curse is authorized by a prophet in the Bible. We know that, right? Okay, you can't disagree with that. Okay, so it's not witchcraft. Okay, when there's a curse that the prophet Elijah sent out against children. So if you're smart, you know what you would do? You would keep your children and you out my lane. That's all. I'm not. Now, it would be different if I was provoking you and your children. I'm not. It would be one thing if I was looking for trouble. I'm not. You can't say I'm out in the blocks. I could be out there with my personality, just daring for somebody to try me, right? I'm that type of personality. But that's why you know humility is actions, not only behavior. Right? Because my humility is my behavior. I pull back from your community. I could be out there, man, just waiting for somebody to try me. Just seeing what you want to do. And besides what you're talking about, what you want to do. That's my personality. And I don't think you know that. Okay, but what I've decided to do is be humble. You know what I'm saying? And come on back home and come on back to this room and stay out the way. Right? Right. With that being said, you take that for granted. You take that for granted that I ain't out here starting no problems. That's what God is gonna look at. That's how you're not judging that part because you're simple-minded, like a child. God is gonna look at, he's out the way. He comes from point A to point B, he minds his business, he don't even linger to try to prove no points. Like any other black person would. You would stay out there. Most of y'all will be in jail because you will be out there somewhere. Right now, I promise you would. You'll be out there right now trying to prove something to these people. I don't try to do it. No, okay, go ahead. Do what you do. Do what you do, buddy. Because guess what? I just bought you. When I went out there tonight, I believe possibly God even allowed me to do it. Because I just went over there and bought the wrong stuff. And I'm like, I usually don't do that. I do pay attention. Okay? But when I went back out there, after I gave my offering yesterday, right? God, I'm going to say this for sure. God seen they couldn't leave well enough alone. Okay. My service sold an offering of $1 million. Everybody expected something to happen. I'm going to let him buy these people. So the gang started on the first day he was out there. That was facts. Okay, that's half. That's half of it. I'm going to send them out there to go do this food run to get the right food. And I'm going to see what they do to him today. I'm going to sit back and watch and see what they do. If they play with him today, it's going through. I just bought y'all. I just bought you. You see what happened, right? You see what happened? Because some people will feel like it ain't deserved, but it just got deserved tonight, didn't it? Yes, it did. Because I just went out there minding my business, right? They all tried to pull up and go to the grocery store where I was at, man. Like I'm stupid. I seen them. I bought you tonight. That's how I bought you. So don't ever say that this is not deserved. Don't ever say that out your mouth. Okay, I just bought you, man. No pun intended. I was at the store and I bought you. Because you was right there. And I bought you. I bought you as a community, on the behalf of the community. I seen all the politics. Listen, buddy. Listen, I'm a street dude. I got street intuition. I see everything, bruh. I see gestures. I hear things under people's breath. I know all about that. Now, the white boy gonna tell you schizophrenic or whatever. Nah, it ain't no schizophrenic. It's street smarts. Do the doctor believe in street smarts? Okay, I got them. And I seen everything they did today, and I bought them. It's that simple. See, half of it was bought the first night I was out there, running around, walking around, and everything like that. They were saying stuff out of pocket. Up there at the CVS, saying all kind of crazy stuff, calling me a homosexual, and I wasn't even doing. These people don't even know me. Which means they're part of the politics. The people on Kings Highway, CVS in New York, in Brooklyn. The one by King Highway, right? Okay. Coming out from Utica, right? Coming from Utica Avenue from Kings Highway to CVS over there. Okay, so they've been using this one little Jamaican dude talking out of turn, this old Jamaican dude that don't think I hear him, right? That he's all into politics, like I'm stupid, right? Okay, so when last night, he said something out of turn. As if I'm gay. Meanwhile, I got a child in the world. Meanwhile, I've been a married man to a woman. See, this is the part that ignorant black people ain't gonna tell you, because you will form a different opinion. If you heard that I had a child in the world and I was married, literally, you gonna form an opinion that I'm gay. They not gonna tell you that. So you should feel some type of way if they manipulate narratives. That's manipulating the narrative. That's sending a certain narrative out for a certain reason. See, that's the term that everybody started to realize in America. Narrative. Because when people give you a narrative, it's always for a certain reason. They're not gonna tell you the whole truth because it's not gonna fit the narrative that they want you to believe. So if you go out here and tell people I'm gay and I ain't been with a man, and I ain't been with nobody in over 5 years. I haven't lived with somebody in over 5 years. That's half a decade. But I've been with women. But I've been, making love to a woman. I've been married 2 times before God, not before state. I've been married over 2 other times. You telling me I'm gay? The last person I had sex with was a woman. But last night, that says it all, man. The last person you had sex with was a woman. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so the CVS, I guess Jamaicans think they're so supreme. I don't care about you being a Jamaican. You're going to burn in the same hell like jerk chicken if you don't serve God. You're going to cook like jerk chicken, buddy. You're going to be burning like jerk chicken. You're gonna be jerk chicken in hell, buddy. You're gonna be some jerk chicken in hell. You're gonna be jerk chicken in hell. Care about you being Jamaican? These black people worship Jamaicans. That's 7 out. I don't worship Jamaicans. They worship them as most supreme Africans, right or wrong, by culture and worldviews and location of where they are. Black people, African Americans, hold Jamaicans in high esteem, yes or no? I don't care. I don't care who you are. So what? You're a human being, you funky, you stink just like everybody else stink. Jamaicans stink like everybody else do. And I would say it to your face, and you know that. And that's the thing about me, you know I would. You're not built like me. I would say it to your face. You put your pants on one leg at a time, you stink just like me, I don't care nothing about you. They used this Jamaican in CVS to say something out of term. That was last night. That's 50%. Okay. God might have even closed my eyes to the right items, and I got the wrong items. He then prompted me, go out there and change the items. He knew they was gonna start a war. God wanted to see what they was gonna do. Okay, well, let's see what they do. They played another game. I had already won last night, 50%. With the dude at CVS, with the other people in the stores. They was playing games all in the stores last night. That's 50%. I'm showing you how this goes. So you won't sit back and talk about we don't deserve this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm showing you how. You used people against me last night, right? Right. The Jamaican dude calling me gay and all kind of other little stuff that I can't even say on here. Okay, I took it on the chin, right? I ain't say nothing. These dudes standing out there, man, listen, man, ain't got no weapon on them, talking out of term, ain't got no weapon. That's how you know I'm a street-minded person. But I serve God all out of term, you talking crazy, out of term, and you ain't got no weapons on you. If you talk like that, I expect you to have a weapon. I mean, that's real. That's real. Because unlike you, I have access to weapons. All right, yeah. I can come right up there if I was crazy, I can come right back up there to the CVS and he would be a sitting duck. What could he do? I'm a customer. How he gonna keep his distance too far from me if I try to talk to him? He's gonna have his guard down. That's what I'm saying. That's why I try to tell these lames, if you work at a job and you're in these politics on the streets, stay out these politics. Because we can come right back up there and get you. And what you gonna do? Ain't nothing you can do. That goes for all these people in these politics. You need to stay out of it. Because I can come get you. I'm real, bruh. And that's how you know. Because only a real one gonna think like this. I can come back up there and get you easy. And what you gonna do? You sitting up there at the job, buddy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Stay out these politics. If I was in a job, I would stay totally out of it. Man, how am I gonna know who's gonna come up there at my job site? And I'm in these politics. How I know the mental stability of this person? Well, he might just snap and see that I'm in the politics and I'm a sitting duck. He know he can get me. He might not be able to get these other running little ignorant people, right? But he can get me. That's what I'm saying. I'm up here working at the job. How am I gonna be a part of this and I'm sitting up here? That's how I know you ain't real. No, you gonna stay out of that. I wouldn't be involved in it. No, I wouldn't, because you ain't gonna be able to protect me if that person comes back up here. If that person comes back up here, where you gonna be at? In your bed sleep with your mouth open, laying passed out from drinking, pathetic, laying on the couch somewhere. That's where you're gonna be. And I'm gonna be up here with this person 2 or 3 o'clock in night. Huh? And where you gonna be? That's why you don't get involved in these politics if you're a merchant and you're a part of these stores and bodegas. These people can't save you from me if I wanted you. If I wanted you, I would have you. And I don't think you believe I got that kind of juice, and I do. If I wanted you, I would have you. Okay? You're not worth it. You're not worth it right now. That's what I'm trying to show you. You're not worth it right now, buddy. I got bigger fish to fry. I definitely do, and I know you know that. Well, I mean, I know you know what's going on, so that's what I'm focused on, which is bigger fish to fry. That's fries and chips. That's fish and chips. I got fish and chips over here, buddy. You fish sticks. You're fish sticks. You a fish stick. I got fries and chips over here, and you a fish stick, bruh. Come on, stop playing. That's how I look at it. You a fish stick. That's how you gotta look at it. You a fish stick, bruh. Stop playing with me. That was last night. Then today, they got this old woman in there like I'm trying to see if I like an old woman. They got all these other dudes in there like they represent black people, and I don't care if you do. And I don't care if you do, right? And that's that. And they playing all kind of games, and they playing all kind of psychological games and all of this up and down the street today, and I bought you right there. That's all God needed to see was 2 consecutive days, 2 days straight, and then God seen it, and it's over with. Which means, you know what that means? That $1 million is going through, courtesy of Brooklyn, courtesy of Utica Avenue in Brooklyn. Okay, that's why. Okay, for people on the outside, you have Brooklyn to thank. You have Utica Avenue to think about. You have Utica Avenue to thank and think about. You can thank them and think about it. You can thank them and think about them, buddy. Well, we just bought y'all. I told you, man, I'm top notch, man. I don't play no games. Listen, I come in and before you know it, it's already over. That's like a surgeon, buddy. That's a surgeon. I come in and cut you. You didn't know I cut you. Ooh, now you're bleeding out. I hit you so good, listen. God had me come out here 2 days. Tonight proves you deserve it. It proves it. It proves it. Oh. And then had one child out there in the block by himself. This is how we know it was gang stalking. Man, it's after 12 o'clock at night. That's first number one. Why is a child in Brooklyn gonna be standing alone, running, walking around in Brooklyn by himself? Because you're using him as a pedophile bait to try to see if I'm tempted with the sexuality, with pedophilia, right? To see if I'm that type of person. To see if I'm tempted with a child. Why who gonna have a child unattended walking around? Man, you think I'm stupid, man. And then when I came back, the same way I came, the child was out there again. And then the one dude was sitting there on the side, parallel parks, watching as I crossed the block onto the block where the child was to see how I was gonna be. And he looking at me stupid when he see how I avoided the whole situation. Yeah, he was looking stupid. I looked him right in his face. And I bought you right there, buddy. That's it. That was it. Oh. Then you had a person walking by a dog with me, with a dog, passing me by once I passed the block, almost back to the block where I live, right? Passing onto that block before I got there. Crossing the street onto the block where I live. Somebody passes me by in synchronicity, police synchronicity, with a dog. Insinuating like I like dogs. I know because I've been through this long enough to know what they're insinuating, right? That's what I'm trying to show you. You have to be through this for years and years and years to even know, to even say it like that, like I do. Okay, so then I bought you. That was it. I bought you, buddy. And see, God set it up that way. I just had to go through. Let's say, let me put it like this. For sure, God sat back and watched to see what they was going to do. And I bought you. Which means now that $1 million is going through to your community, on everybody like them out there. That's going through on you. That's on your head. That's $1 million on y'all head. Yeah. See, that's how it's done. That's why I believe it had to happen. See, sometimes you got to go through stuff just to buy these people. You got to buy them. It might make you mad. It may make you furious. It may make you want to go hurt somebody. But you know what? You got to go through it. You got to go through it in order for you to buy these people. in order for it to be really solid. God already see their hearts. He already know what it is. But for them to jump out there is a whole nother situation. You see what I'm saying? They could be at home stupid, acting tripping, whatever, right? But when you come out here on the block, using your children and everything like that, like we stupid, it's over, bro. It's over. I bought you. I want you to know that. You know what that means? That $1 million that you didn't think was justified is justified now. It's justified now, buddy. And that's that. Now, you can sit here stupid like you don't know what I'm talking about, but you do. You ain't playing me, you playing yourself. You ain't insulting my intelligence, you're insulting your own intelligence. That's a first for you, isn't it? You're insulting your own intelligence. In other words, you're making yourself look stupid. You ain't insulting my intelligence, you're insulting your own intelligence. You're making yourself look stupid. Okay? No, you ain't bothering me. You're insulting your own intelligence, buddy. Every time you play these games, like somebody took a card from my room, right? And then try to act like it was found out there in the stairs. Man, hold up, man. Listen, you think I'm stupid? I don't even use that card, so why would I pick it up? I'll never pick it up. Why would I? See, that tells me, no, I'm talking about my room. They came into my room and picked up a card that I had and act like they found it. But what the person was trying to do was curse me by giving it back to me, hoping that they cursed me the $1 million that I'm about to give. That's how frantic they was. That's how scared they are. So they used a witch to try to take an item of mine and curse it and give it back to me. That don't work. I know. Listen, let me explain something. I am not one of them little okie doke people that don't know what I do with my life, with my items, with everything that I have. I can tell you how this room was from point. It's not being psycho. It's just being a professional person. I'm too professional. I have too much order in my life. I got too much order, right? When you have order, that's when you know something's out of order. If you got chaos in your room, right? How you gonna say why something is missing? It's too much chaos. Me, I keep everything in a certain place, in a designated place. If something is over here and over there, I know ain't no way in the world I did it. I know it ain't no way in the world I picked up that card. You know how I know? Because the card, I had my card already in my jacket, hours and hours before I left. Because I was taking my money to the bathroom with me and my card to the bathroom. Because it was a sensitive situation where I know the devil just wanted to have that money and that card slipping. So I kept it on my person. So if I had been carrying it on my person, see, they didn't know this. If I've been carrying that card on my person all day, why would I pick up another card from the ground when I know I got it on my person? I wouldn't pick up no card. I wouldn't think to pick up a card. I don't walk around in the dark. See, this is how I know how they see me. I don't go around in the dark just picking up stuff. Right. And then they didn't know I had the card on my person all day, back and forth to taking showers in the bathroom, because I know the enemy was trying to catch me lacking. My intuition told me keep it on you. And I'm glad I did, because somebody came in here. Now, if I would have left half of the bread, because to get this $1 million down in South America, I had to have 2 parts. I saved, right? If I would have left the one half, when I was going to get the other half in the ATM, right? I would have been lacking. They would have took it. They would have stole it. They was looking around in here. I know they was. And they was probably looking for the money. That's what it was. That's what I'm saying. But see how I know somebody took that card and then tried to give it back to me? Because they didn't know how professional I am. I had the card on me all day. I had the card, my ATM, the card to get the money out, the ATM. I had that on me all day. So why would I bend down to pick up another card? I had my ID on me. My ID was right there on top of the desk. Why would when I know what my ID is, and which obviously I did because I have it, right? And I got it from the place that I had it, right? I didn't struggle looking for it because I don't never put my ID on the floor. My ID is never on the floor. Okay, so I went to look for my ID on the floor, and I knew my ATM card was in my pocket because I was making sure that nobody wouldn't steal it while I was taking this mission. When I'm on a mission, I don't have nothing lacking. You understand? You picked up a card with nothing on it. That's what you did, right? It wouldn't have hurt me if you took it. It wouldn't have done nothing to me. I'm not slipping. That's what I'm trying to show you. You thought I was okie doke, and then I'm not. I ain't no okie doke. Ain't nothing about me okie doke. You just used to your own people being halfway okie doke. You thought I was okie doke too. That's a 7 hour. Yeah, let's keep it 100. You used to these second class and second class black people that ain't professional. They don't even got a bit of professionalism in them. That's what you used to. You thought I was like them. Now I'm very professional. The day I was sending this $1 million was a very sensitive day. I know what I'm doing. I'm sending $1 million. The devil's just waiting to catch me slipping. That's what he was doing. So I thought to myself, I'm not even leaving this money out here slipping. I'm gonna take my cash to the bathroom every time I go. Every time. That's how I was moving. You feel me? Like I was totally sensitive to the situation. And that's my ATM. Later on, I start carrying the ATM on me. Because I'm thinking, yeah, they might get, cause so that part might get, they might take the card. I'm thinking like that. So then I start carrying the card and the cash, literally those two, in hand, and just putting it on the toilet, top back of the toilet. And I was that close. I was that sensitive with my offering, because that all. And I was right. All they trying to do is catch you slipping. You know what I'm saying? These devils are aware of what you're doing. These witchcraft people are aware of what you're doing. Okay, so all they was waiting to do was catch that money or that card slipping. That's all they was trying to do. That being said, I had it on me all day, right? On my person. So why would I go bend down and pick up a card as to pick up what card? This card is on the floor. Why would I go? Listen, I'm not drunk. I don't drink, right? So why would I just wander and just pick up a card? How would it get on my person? It can't just stick to my hand. So why would I bend down to do that? I don't have no reason to. I had no reason to do that. See, that's how stupid they are. That you thought you would do something like that and I wouldn't realize what you're doing. Listen, that's what's good about being professional. It's like this. Listen, this is food for thought. When you're a professional person, your enemies is gonna make mistakes. Especially when they don't know you're that professional. I got a method to all my madness. If you come in here and see this like this, and you think it's just madness, I'm gonna know where everything is at. Everything. It looks like madness to you, right? But it's organized to me. See, that's how stupid people are. So that card is organized to me being over there on that side, because I don't use it, I don't need it, right? So that's organized. So if you don't think it's organized, because it looks like to you, it might look like it's on the ground. It's organized to me, right? Right. Okay, so when you picked it up, whoever did in this building and put it out there somewhere, or just took it and lied or whatever, just trying to curse me, right? I'm too organized for you to do that to me and me not to know what you did. I'm too organized. Now, if I was stupid and I just had all kind of cards, I'm picking up my California card, putting it in my pocket. See, that's how they acting like it's like that. Man, why would I pick that up? I don't even use it. And here's the key part. This is how you know. I had my card on me all day. And the money, on half a day. I had it on me half a day. Taking it back and forth to the bathroom. So then why would I bend down there for a card when I don't need one? Stupid, man. That tells me how you see me. I'm glad. Because guess what? You slipping. I'm so smart. And listen, I get respect by military, everything. You slipping. My other card is my California ID, right? I always keep that on the table because that's my ID. So I wouldn't even need to look on the floor for that. That wouldn't be on the floor. I don't put it on the floor. So then with that being said, my ATM card on me, the ID on me, the ID's up here on the table. I wouldn't need to look on the floor for a card at all. My mind wouldn't think that based on me knowing how I organize things. I would only get my ID off the table. The other card is already on me. That's how I call them. But what they was expecting me to do is argue about it with a female. Arguing, oh, somebody done been in my room. Nah, buddy. That's okay. That's okay. Because you know what? You know what? I got $1 million on your head for people just like you and the rest of the people like you and your handlers. I got $1 million on your handlers. Oh yeah, no, you're not good. You're not good at all. You're not good at all, buddy. I said I got $1 million on you and your handlers. I got $73,000. Another transaction, $73,000. Huh? In the regular world, you can get killed. Somebody can catch a body. They'll catch a body for that much. Definitely $1 million. Body's finna start dropping, buddy. Oh yeah, I know that. I know that. If men would do that, what you think God would do? You don't get it, do you? You don't get it. See, what you're gonna realize is God does a lot more for a lot less as far as money. Yeah. Go ask a preacher. Go ask a preacher. He'll tell you how he gave $20 and something happened. He'll tell you how he gave $100 and something. Go to that part. That's 7 hours. Go ask a preacher. Go ask a preacher how much is $73,000. He gonna say, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot in the spiritual world, buddy. In the spiritual world, that's a lot of money. Now, if you're goofy and you think about money in the natural world, that's you. In our world, in the spiritual world, $73,000 is a lot of money. $1 million is out the house. It's out the park. Ain't no telling what's finna happen to you. That's why I kept that money, that card on me and my money on me. They could not catch nothing slipping, and I know they was waiting to. It's over now. It's not, I mean, you know, that's gonna be one of the biggest transactions of the year. That's already done. That's how we started the year off, big baby. I'm not saying, you know, I can't say what the future holds, but that's probably gonna be one of the biggest transactions at the top of the year. I mean, for the whole year. That's already done and done with. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Because the next thing I need to do is I need to get a gun license and start saving for a gun. That's the next thing I want to do. But I want to make sure I get my own place before I do that. Yeah, give me a gun and everything. You got me messed up one of these suckers, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know where I keep my stuff. Anybody that's professional like me, you know the same thing. Let's just say you have a dresser. You know you keep your gold, you know you keep your money, you know you keep everything. Anything is out of place, you know it. You know why? Because you're professional. You don't just throw stuff everywhere. Them type of people don't know when people steal from them. They don't know when people take stuff from them because you're not professional. When you're professional, you know, you can tell when somebody took a piece of bread from you. You can tell when somebody take a quarter out your life. I can tell you when you take anything from me, I can tell you when you did it. Because I'm too professional. I'm too professional. That's what I'm saying. Now, if I was just a bum like them, just throwing things around, then you don't know if it was you or not. You don't know if it was you. I do know. I'm too professional. This is the luxury of being professional. So when stuff like this happened, I have no doubts that it was somebody else, and I caught them without catching them. See, when you're professional, you catch people without catching them. Because I'm too professional. I'm too professional. They probably thought they could do something with the card and realized they couldn't. That's what they thought. You didn't think about it. You probably called it in, try to see if you could get the money off of it, but you seen there wasn't nothing on there. You didn't think about, you just tried in the challenge to see if you could possibly do it without a password, and you realized you couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's all it was. Once they said they couldn't get no money off of it, they didn't know where the money was coming from. They was desperate. You know what I'm saying? So they tried to beat me, and they tried to beat me today. And that's when I bought them. Now I'm in for the rest of the month. It's what it is, man. And keep in mind, if you want to play with me to own in this building because you feeling some type of way, I done put a $73,000 offering already out. So if you got any little cartoon games you're going to play, it's going to get very dangerous for you. Very dangerous. And that's that. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. And I'm telling you that to your face. I don't care about you. So if you think I'm one of them Christians that care about you and you can play with me and I'm gonna be sitting here praying for you, nope, sure not. I ain't prayed for you one time. And nobody in this building, I ain't prayed for you one time. So if you think I'm one of them Christians that pray for people that play with me, no, I do not. No, I do. I curse you. That's what I do. That's what I'm supposed to do. Because you're a type of consistent enemy. When you have consistent enemies that's consistent against you, it goes beyond prayer. Judgment has to happen because it's you that they're playing with. They're playing with God's people. Okay, so being consistent against us is a curse in itself. It's a curse within itself. And that's all there is to it. Even if you didn't curse them, they're going to still be cursed because you're God's people. It's still going to happen. Whether you wanted it to or not. You got them type of Christians. You don't want nobody to suffer. They still going to suffer. Because they're playing with you and God's people. That's why. It's proper for that to happen. And some of you have become like, nice to a fault. I'm not nice to a fault. Am I a nice person? I don't know. I'm a good person, but I don't know if am I a nice person? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but I'm a good person. I'm a good person, but am I nice? I don't know. But what I'm most concerned about is being a good person, doing things the right way. And that's that, man. That's all I care about. All them feelings and all that okie-doke stuff and all the feelings on your sleeve, emotions and all of that. See how confusing it can be? See how deceptive it can be? Whether you nice or not or whatever, I'm a good person, that's all. Nice, all that, that's when deception come in. They supposed to be nice. All these other people supposed to be nice, so to speak. Come on, man, stop playing. Nice. I don't care about that. I care about being right and good. That's what I care about. Because you're not that, but yet you nice. Okay, buddy. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out with being nice, but you're not right. Knock yourself out with being nice, but not being right. Knock yourself out with that. It ain't gonna get you far, buddy. I tell you. It ain't gonna get you far with God. Well, I'm a nice person, okay, but you ain't right. You ain't right in your head. You're not right in your head, buddy. And that's what's gonna catch up with you. You think it's cool because you ain't got no street cred. See, if you was real, you wouldn't rely on being retarded to be cool. That's how we know you're a nobody, because you got to rely on being retarded. Right or wrong? They got to rely on being retarded to be cool. That's how we know. You got to use witchcraft and all that. I don't got to use that. I guarantee you'll fear me, buddy. If I really came out at you, you would. I guarantee you'd be scared. But I ain't setting out to do that. I'm not that type of person. I make this whole block feel me, man. This whole block will be feeling me. I done challenged military to a fight. You ever challenged a military soldier to a fight? They're gonna kill people? I done challenged military to a fight. You think I'm scared of you? And just in case you think some type of person intimidates me, man, listen, let me tell you something, man. I done challenged military. A military man that killed people. He killed people. It's facts. It's certified. You got some people that go to the military for a career. They don't go do tours. So I'm on the next level. I talk about tours, something civilians don't know nothing about. While some people front and they go out here and they join the military and come back out with a uniform on, acting like they did tours, fronting like they did tours. I've been around people that did tours. You know what? I challenged a man to a fight. He turned down the fight. Then he tried to save face, talking about what he woulda did and what he did, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Come on, man. You just trying to save face, bro. In the heat of the moment, when you was mad and when I was mad, you didn't have the balls to challenge me. And that's that. You lose. Okay? Now, for the rest of you, if I challenge a military man, you can't be serious thinking I'm scared of you. I mean, you just can't be serious. If anything, I'm trying to be humble because I know what I'm doing, right? I know the position I'm playing and you're not worth it. I'm doing way too good to lose playing with you. And I'm smart. That's how you know I'm not an idiot. I know I'm doing good. I'm doing too good to play with you. So it's not gonna happen. Captain. Wanna be captain? It's not gonna happen, wanna be captain. That's what's wrong. Everybody think they soldiers, but they don't pay the dues of a soldier. So I'm trying to tell these suckers. I get respect from military. Act like you know, man. Act like you know that.